Good evening, folks. What is going on? What's up, Merikansky? What's up, Loader High, Satellite, Arcane? Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. I'm beat. I am tired. I had a much busier day than I thought I was going to. I gardened today. I did a whole bunch of gardening stuff. I pulled a mess of weeds. And I went shopping and I drove around town and did a whole bunch of things. And now I'm paying the price for being a productive, useful member of society. What's up, Gillen? Good to see you. Good to see everybody tonight. Glad we can all come together and stare at some pages of a 30-year-old magazine. I did do something of note today. I played a whole bunch more Vampire Survivors. That is definitely my game of the moment right now. And I even accomplished a lot in it. I found some mysterious secret stuff. For those of you that have played Vampire Survivors a significant amount and know what things are, I'm not gonna spoil anything for others by talking about it, but I found the yellow sign today, and boy, that was weird. That was a super weird experience. Not what I was expecting from that game, but I'm glad they did that. I still haven't touched the DLC. I'm still... I go into the unlocks list, and I see what's there to do, and I just kind of go down the list, knocking stuff off. I haven't, like in the past, I never really messed much with the special or bonus maps in the base game. I'm doing that now, and yeah, it's all over the place, frankly. So I got the yellow sign. Surprised, didn't realize I experienced that way before you. Glad you got to see that. Yeah. So when I played Vampire Survivors before, I haven't played it since 2022, and I mainly I really just did like the main stages. You know what? I don't even think I made it to the tower. I think I just played through the first 3 stages a bunch of times. I didn't unlock a whole lot of characters and stuff. I'm mostly focused on figuring out all the weapon evolutions and stuff. But I'm way past that now. Start seeing the yellow sign everywhere. What is this song from? It's neat. I feel a little weird saying this, but it's from Lady Stalker. Here, have tonight's soundtrack, won't you? Oh, that one. I think other games have since top Vampire Survivors in terms of gameplay, but somehow it's still unmatched in weirdness. It's such an interestingly unhinged game, you know? Because it's so obviously inspired by Castlevania. But it's like this, like, weird Italian pastiche of Castlevania with a bunch of really indie game concepts in it. Like, it's cool. It's cool. It works out really well for what it is. Ms. Raid! What's up, Ms. Raid? Good to see you tonight. So, yeah. Yeah, at this point, like, I have no idea what to expect the next time I go into it and play, like, a special stage or something. Like, it's really cool. And I really, really like that about that. It has very different sensibilities. You should expect Italy. Nobody expects Italy. I'm also curious, Satellite, and anyone else. You think other games have since topped Vampire Survivors in terms of gameplay. What games do you have in mind, really? Because I'm relatively new to the whole Survivor genre. In fact, the game before Vampire Survivors, the game I played the most of kind of predated all of them. It was Death State. I played like 10 hours of Vampire Survivors back in 2022. I played a tiny bit of Bone Razor Minions. I played some really bad indie ones that I've gotten through Curator Connect. That's pretty much it. Back trying to suss out evolutions. Saga X-Pack was relatively tame, but Castlevania is back to guess which of these 20 items repaired with each of these 3 million new weapons. Hollow Cure, Halls of Torment. Not a huge Brotato fan. There are enough of them that I gotta bring it up. You would download a floor chicken. I would actually. I would download all the floor chickens. Floor chicken. Delicious. Yeah, I'm at the point now with Vampire Survivors that I probably, like, I have better than even odds of beating whatever level I take on now. Just finding slightly new combinations of things to do that with. What's up, Chaos? Good to see you. Good evening, Fury. What about Wall Pork Chop? Wall Pork Chop is really kind of the originator, isn't it? When did it go from Wall Pork Chop to Floor Chicken? I guess Floor Chicken was specifically a Vampire Survivors innovation. There we go. Trichinisis outbreak. So yeah, that is Vampire Survivors very much occupying all my brain space these days. It's great. Great kind of head empty game. It was real good for yesterday. It was good for relaxing today. Game called Kill the Crows, which has a weird West theme. That's interesting. Also, good evening, Dave. It's good to see you. I say Dracula upgraded for his guests since chicken costs more than pork, at least around here. Maybe Dracula needed to go kosher. That's a weird concept. What's up, M? Good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing well. We're just sitting here in some chatty repose. I'm seriously like wiped out, chat. I am so tired. I was sitting there at dinner like 30-40 minutes ago. I was just like, oh my god, I can do this, but man. Imagine Dracula's castle and while Macabre is actually well taken care of, the genocidal the monster's pride. True enough. And yet you chose, I can't not. Like, I have to be in shambles to not stream, frankly. I've streamed while more tired than this. I've streamed while sick. I gotta be in bad shape, or, you know, priorities, right? What's up, Drake Nell? Tired AF today too. Blame your lack of caffeine until now, though. Fair enough. Fair enough. Good to see you. I mean, I completed Vincent the Secret of Myers. I can recommend it. I'm not a huge visual novel fan. This one had a lot more interactivity, which is always a plus. It's also free, which allows you to overlook some blemishes. Free helps a lot. Free greases a lot of gears. I can forgive a lot if it's free. What's up, Beth? Kinda sorta. Hey there, I've been rip sleep scheduling myself the past day or two. My sleep schedule's been great. Despite getting hooked back on Vampire Survivors, I haven't been staying up super late playing or anything. I've been good. I stream, I go to bed, I get up, I do stuff. I think it's just this week has been a particularly exhausting week. I've had a lot of important things going on. So, and this weekend, at least so far, this weekend hasn't been as restful as I hoped, but it has been nice, at least. And there is a full moon tonight. There is indeed. You're a month and a half into a new job and already want to dip because I fuck with the weird-ass dudes. Not to mention one of the 4 managers treats you like shit. Money is money, I'll quit eventually. That's the spirit. Stick with it until you find something better. And then give them the old double deuces on the way out. Plan on leaving for Colorado soon. That sounds nice. That sounds like a solid plan. Maybe that's why we're all tired and having exhausting times. Yeah. Our latent lycanthrope genes just aren't fully expressed. They're trying to transform us and just false start. Be the girlfriend and you basically get. Oh, congratulations! That's awesome, Em. Glad to hear it. It's a full moon. Beardish would be no. Beardish requires much more than a simple full moon. Yeah, Frameway doesn't know. It is actually a full moon tonight. You can go out and look at it. It's big and shiny. I saw it on the way back from grabbing my kids from cheerleading practice. It was quite nice and bright. It's always kind of weird when it's a nice bright evening. Start rising all red and spooky. Be good moon. Be good. I like good moons. Got a new Mother's Day and new pair of sneakers. Nice. I saw that. I saw your box on Discord, so that's exciting. Oh, chat. Chat, what are we gonna do tonight? What's gonna happen tonight? I was sitting there at the dinner table. I was like, I'm super tired, but I can stream. We can do this. It'll be fine. I came here, and the same thing we do every night. Nothing. What's up, Eva? And I got all set up and stuff, and I opened this up, and I was like, oh, shit. I'm on the special feature for the most, like, involved, extensive games there are in this magazine. Chaos option, dive into your backlog at random. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Which is apparently easier than everyone thought. You just need to be a rich asshole with a cult of personality. Time to get slawed. Dead Tired Ogre Battle sounds like it's a circle of hell. No, that's the thing. That's the thing. I was really excited about the Epic Center, but I'm really tired. And I genuinely don't know if I can do any of these games justice tonight. If you even want to request them. Because here's the other thing. The thing about the Epic Center is that anything really interesting in here is gonna call for a full playthrough, which is not gonna happen on Power Hours nights. It's gonna happen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. And we're already pretty backed up on those. So the other thing is I don't really want to crack into these games until we hit their full features. Like, there's an Earthbound preview here. You could, of your own volition, request Earthbound right now, but I'm not going to start a full playthrough of Earthbound tonight. We could take, like, a look at it, but I'm not going to start Earthbound until it hits the magazine proper in, like, June or something. Not our June, their June, which might also be our June, depending. At this point, I'm willing to hear Pinky out. How many streams did I miss? Where are you guys in the current time powers? We're on volume 70, March of 1995. The Nintendo is dead. Long live the Super Nintendo, and to a lesser extent, the Super Game Boy. The Virtual Boy is right around the corner, and the N64 is still about a year off. Actually, more than a year off, but they're pretending like it isn't. Maybe we're just scouting for new Democratic playthroughs. I mean, that's also possible. That's also possible. Y'all could request something, y'all could call a vote, and if the vote passes, you know, that could be our next big game, really. What's up, Manic? How you doing? Want to hear something bizarre? Hit me. seen enough Ogre recently. If I put forward Secret of Mana 2, will he actually do it? Yes. I will honor Secret of Mana 2 down there as Trials of Mana. That's actually not the worst idea in the world, because Trials has like, what, 6 different playable characters, and each one has a different intro. And I've only played through one of them. And to be completely honest, I didn't like that one. And I do intend to do a full playthrough of Trials of Mana at some point on this channel, so it wouldn't actually be the worst idea in the world to play through some of the other intros to find one that I actually like. Better buy a whole ass Virtual Boy and stream that. I'm not, because I value my eyes and their current state, but I do plan on being Virtual Boy emulation capable by the time those games actually start showing up in the magazine, which could be as soon as next month, honestly. Have they shown a Final Fantasy 7 on Ultra 64 yet? I love that so much. I don't think they ever did that, Fury. I don't remember them ever talking about that in the magazine. Welcome to Bazzer, a Mario 64 ROM hack that turns into a deck builder roguelike. Awesome. That's really cool. Getting closer and closer, Pokemon Blue and Ocarina of Time. Well, we're still, let's see here. We're in March of 95. We're something like, what? We're something like 4 years away from Pokemon, aren't we? And at least 2 away from Ocarina. But I do have the freedom to do things of my own volition here. Unlike the rest of these, it might not come back around. That's very true. That is very true. Seiken of Mana 2 Trials. March of 95 means I'm getting very close to graduating from high school. March of 95, I was 12? Right? Pokemon was released overseas in 98, in Japan was 96. Nodding as if I am not 19 and was not going to be born for a decade. Look, everyone can benefit from nostalgia, whether you were actually there for it or not. You were born, congratulations. I just hope modern RPGs don't ruin your first days of Pokemon, because blue red nowadays are rough. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'm still a very strong proponent of the original Final Fantasy. I still have it in my mind to play the original Dragon Quests. Maybe the Super Famicom versions over the NES ones, but still. Yeah, I have the capacity for old school RPGs, and I know what to expect from Pokemon. I have culturally osmosed up an understanding of what OG Pokemon was. So I'm not expecting much in terms of UX or quality of life. Like the sponge you are. You used to be the oldest person in any given Twitch chat. I don't think you are here though, Ms. Roy. I think there's at least a couple people here who've got you beat. I was born in the nurse slapped my whole living bloodline for the affront to humanity. Thanks, I'm accepted, and I'm sorry too. Alright, so I guess what we'll do, chat. We'll do some relatively brief looks at these. Whatever y'all want to request. I think I have the capacity for that. I've committed to Secret of Mana 2. I think I can handle this. So if you want to request something from the Epic Center, don't worry, I can handle it. We'll play it for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll move on. I will honor the call a vote request if y'all do choose to do that, with the understanding that we may not be full playthroughing it immediately. At the very least, I'll probably wait until whatever game it is gets its full feature in the magazine. I recall there are a few other elder beings. I'm 39, I feel 17 mentally, so it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I'm 42, and I'm pretty well and determined not to really grow up. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job of that so far. 2 minutes of all these games basically seeing Once Upon a Time 10 times in a row. Do some old Ogre battle too, then? Fight it out! I might actually have a save file in Ogre battle that we can jump back into. You can watch me get my ass beat in a later level. So let's get into it, chat. Let's do the schedule reminders. There's not much to remind you of. And then start reading through this and playing some games tonight. It's the last stream of the week. It's Saturday. We're doing the Power Hours. You are watching it with your eyeballs at this very moment. Tomorrow night is Sunday. I don't stream on Sunday. I super double plus don't stream on this Sunday because I need to sleep. But Monday, I will be back rested and ready to go on more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous and our democratic playthrough thereof. It's gonna be night 12 of that game. Y'all have been really sticking it out for this one. And if you want it to continue, you'll need to show up on Monday to vote it in. And if you don't want it to continue, if you're ready to put it aside and move on to other things, you need to show up on Monday and vote it out. And we'll see which way it goes. Tuesday and Wednesday will be contingent on that. Power Hours will continue Thursday and Saturday, as always. And then next Friday, man, I don't fucking know. I didn't know what this Friday was going to be. I can't honestly say how next week's going to treat me either. We do only have 2 more Fridays left this month, and the last one is going to be Community Night. I actually haven't checked in on Community Night lately, so hopefully the organizing there is still going well, still underway. But yeah, next Friday, we'll see. We'll see. Writing Promise Mascot Agency is pretty on par with Paradise Killer so far. The fact that it does kind of feel like a Yakuza game with Pokemon and sorts is really cool. I'll definitely have to check it out. I have the demo downloaded. Maybe I'll set aside some time from Vampire Survivors tomorrow to give it a try. Because, yeah, that sounds really good. That sounds really, really nice. Margins of victory getting thinner and thinner. It's going back and forth. And the viewership is holding really strong on it. That's the big thing that I've noted is, I mean, really, you could put Wrath of the Righteous up against some of the best things I've streamed on this channel over the whole 6 years I've been doing it, and it's way up there. Like, people are coming out for it, and that's cool. Excited for the N64 days? I bet you are, and gotta get that hardware running. So, I'll remind people what I explained, I guess, a couple weeks ago at this point. It was supposed to be a surprise, but it didn't work out that way because it got delayed. Back in October, while I was still gainfully employed, I put down the cash for an Analog 3D. Analog's custom boutique version of the N64. It was supposed to ship in Q1 of 2025, but like pretty much everything they do, it got delayed. I think it's supposed to be July at the earliest now. So I am going to have N64 capabilities this year, assuming they don't push it again. I hope I didn't just jinx it. And the first thing we are going to do on it is Ocarina of Time. I'm just going to jump ahead and do that. It doesn't come with a controller, no. I'm going to pick up an actual N64 controller. I could use any Bluetooth one I want, but I want an actual N64 controller for the full experience. So, but yeah, I don't have to worry about that yet anyway. So yeah, N64 is going to... I think you broke loaded on. Yeah, N64 is going to happen, God willing. As long as it's not entirely out of my hands, it is going to happen this year. We are finally going to play not just N64, but Ocarina of Time specifically this year. Hopefully this summer. Isn't July usually when we go to Japan? I'm going earlier this year. We are going to be going in mid-June. So I will be back by July. And before Ocarina of Time doesn't work on the system. I know they test these things very extensively. They would not in any way, shape, or form settle for that game not working on the system. That's probably what half the people who put down money for it want it for specifically. So, and I do have physical copies of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So, it's not even going to be this weird, like, janky multiple layers of emulation that I have for, like, the Super NES and stuff. Maybe you can see a ROM hack version of Mario in it. Family just got back, reminds me I should post more pictures. You should, Deep Thought. Also, good evening. Good to see you. If you don't come back to the States, none of us blame you. They might not let me back. I wouldn't really complain. Incompatibility issues happen, but not with games on Ocarina of Time Caliber. Exactly, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure while they were designing the Analog 64, like, they were probably designing it with Ocarina of Time in mind. Along with, like, you know, Mario 64 and other major titles for the system. But yes. It runs off. It's actually just a bigger Ocarina of Time cartridge that you plug the smaller Ocarina of Time cartridge into. Dog tired yesterday, my employee counselor was able to give me something at local banquet hall as they go for raw. Congratulations, Justin Brett. That sounds good. Oh, this is a big question. Do you have Quest 64? I don't remember. Let's check. Let us check the fabled tub of N64 games, shall we? For those of you who weren't around, they may or may not still be lurking out there, but years ago we had a regular viewer named Cold Rolled Steel, who very, very graciously donated their old N64 library to me, for which I will always be eternally grateful. Not only that, actually, they also made this nice metal channel logo for me, which sits behind me and really should sit in a more prominent place. But my desk is kind of busy these days. But yes, shout out to Cold Rolled Steel wherever you are. I hope you're prospering and doing well. So let's see here. You gotta deal with giant me for a second while we talk about this. What's up, 2-Hit? All right, so these are the end. These perfect timing, buddy. These are the N64 games that we will have available to play once I have my Analog 3D. I don't have a flash cart for it. I didn't go ahead and get a flash cart. I learned from my experience with the Analog Pocket, I am not going to get a flash cart until after I have the system and I've heard about any potential compatibility issues. But I got enough physical games here that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so I have Command & Conquer on N64, which I didn't even know was a thing. I have Automobili Lamborghini. I have Bomberman 64. I have Bomberman Hero. I have no idea what the difference is. Again, I am not familiar with most of the N64's library because I only had an N64 for like the first year or so's out, and I only had like a handful of games. 1080 Snowboarding. Beetle Adventure Racing. Come on, shitty Castlevania games. Let's see, what's this? Diddy Kong Racing. Gex! It's Gex64, chat! GoldenEye! Hey! Genuinely good game. We can do some GoldenEye. This one's... oh dear. You can probably guess what this one is. DK64. Not the gold cartridge. I've got Mario Golf. I've got Mario Party. God damn, I guess this is the original Mario Party, huh? Saw Barb play through DK64 even for time. I saw H-Bomber guy play through DK64, so. Oh, and Mario Party 3. Do you suppose we have Mario Party 2 in here somewhere? I don't know. We do have Mario Tennis. And Cole rolls through, give me some gloves to go with Mario Party 1. Ooh, Perfect Dark. I've never played Perfect Dark. This one would be really interesting to me. He has it! I had no idea. I had no... He has it, fuck that game. I had no idea. I was the proud owner of a copy of Quest 64. Amazing. Alright, I still got 9 games in this box, chat. 9 more games. What else we got? Star Fox 64, cool. I've never played through Star Fox 64, so we got that. Ooh, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I've heard this one's good. One of the better Star Wars games. Oh, followed by Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Shadows of the Empire. I know this one extremely well. This is one that I had when I had an N64, and I did everything that can possibly be done in it. Super Mario 64. Of course. The original sticker art for this is really funny. OG Super Smash Bros. Alright, ooh! Yoshi's Story. It just dawned on you that these are in alphabetical order. That wasn't me, chat. Alright, and then the last two, you know what these are. I have the 2 gold carts. The power of gold is mine, chat. As the name of this channel implies. So yeah, I have, let's see, 25. I have 25 N64 games here. So once I do get the analog 64, we'll be in good shape for a while. We'll have plenty to do, chat. Well, I mean, hell, I'm sure Quest 64 will keep me very busy. Sounds like. Gold cartridges are what we'll be bartering with when the American dollar finally goes down. Does the console also emulate the add-on expansion pack and stuff? I believe it does, yes. I believe it does. Make fun as homosexuals. That's why all the gay people I know are so happy. Wow, I actually own Quest 64. This is a real revelation, chat. I had no idea. All right, let me put this back. I'll put this back in safekeeping for our bright future. All right. Yeah, no Pokemon Stadium or Snap, unfortunately. If I didn't show it off, I don't have it. Bright future filled with Gex. However, once I have leaked the analog 3D and everything is working fine and we played Ocarina of Time and stuff, I am gonna get a flashcard for it. So we will be able to play the entire library. We just won't be able to up front. So yeah, don't worry. All the full scope and range of the N64 will be at our disposal, just not immediately, unlike the other systems. Do the 80-20 rule, the majority of the quality. Sin and punishment can happen. 25 games, about 1/15 of the entire library. Yeah, I think your math is correct there, because there's 300 some games released internationally for the N64. I request I'll have to remind you later, it's very specific and will require a tiny bit of effort. It's Pokemon based. What would that be? Hey, you Pikachu is fun. You get a hand Pikachu, a Lily, and you play down. That is funny. Alright, anyway, chat. Welcome back to the Power Hours. Welcome back to March of 1995. A simpler time for many of us. Especially if you didn't exist at that point. But what did exist in March of 1995 was a brand new feature in Nintendo Power, the Epic Center. Nintendo Power correctly recognized that there were so many RPGs and deep adventure-y games coming out for the Super NES that they needed to devote a monthly section of the magazine to them. And they were right, and I'm glad they did, because it helped inform me about a lot of really cool games that I probably wouldn't have paid too much attention to otherwise. You get playing Pokemon, save the save file. When we eventually get to Pokemon Stadium, you can upload your team name. Interesting, okay. I'm not sure how that will work on emulation. Yeah, that may not be possible, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There may be options. Soundtrack sounds a little loud relative to you. I can fix that. I can bring this down a little bit. There we go. Wow. Since y'all actually want to listen to me now. Alright, so in this first installment of Epic Center, they have general news. And then they have a feature on King Arthur and the Knights of Justice, which I know isn't really an RPG, but yeah. They have a preview of Earthbound, a big preview of Earthbound. You can see here it's 6 pages. And then Epic Strategies, which is kind of like, it's kind of like Counselor's Corner, but specifically for RPGs and with a lot more space to get like into the specific details of strategy and secrets for these games. So I plan to do the Mew glitch when you get to Pokemon. I have no idea what that is, so no. Post a photo of me flipping everyone off. I definitely exist. Alright, the new source for adventure gamers. See, back then, RPG gamers were still considered under the umbrella of adventure games. There's one place to look for all news and gameplay info on adventure and RPG games, Nintendo Power's Epic Center. This month, Nintendo Power begins a new feature dedicated to adventure and RPG gamers. The Epic Center will appear monthly and cover the news, the new games, and the strategies that adventure gamers want. If you're already an avid adventurer, you'll find news and previews on upcoming epics, plus strategies on games you may be playing already. For gamers new to the world of adventure, Epic Center will cover new titles in depth, with maps, strategies to get you started, and winning advice to help you throughout the game. Also go straight to the source of the games and talk to the developers to get the inside story. The adventure is just beginning. So their first blurb here is about Ogre Battle. In Japan, Ogre Battle became one of the most beloved strategy RPGs of all time. Is that true? Is that a thing that actually happened? Because Nintendo Power says a lot of stuff, and I'm not actually that familiar with the whole Ogre series. By combining a deep game with tons of replay value and fully animated battle scenes, the game was released in Japan by Quest back in March of '93. Since release, over 350,000 copies of Ogre Battle sold in Japan. That's a hit on either side of the Pacific when it comes to RPGs. Ogre Battles also continues to show up in the top 10 lists of popular games in Japan since its release. So what's driving its success and what you expect? The series has sold over 2 million copies worldwide, placing among the best-selling Japanese role-playing game franchises. Alright. Good to know. I mean, it's certainly unique. It is certainly unique, and an extremely ambitious game for the Super NES. Tactics Ogre was incredibly influential. Almost nothing copies OG Ogre Battle. What's Ogre Battle 64 like? Is it like the SNES game, or is it like Tactics? According to Robert Gerald of Enix America, is working on the US version of Ogre Battle. Quote, "It's like a new game every time you play. When you meet new characters, it opens up new storylines that may reveal entirely new game areas. There are 12 known storylines and 10 known endings, but that's only what has been discovered so far. Game features 200 fully animated characters, 80 of which can join your army. Robert estimates most players will spend at least 100 hours on the game. Another innovative aspect of Ogre Battle is the game's artificial intelligence can match your skill level. As you get better, the game gets tougher. We'll take a closer look next month at strategies for playing Ogre Battle." 64 is like original Ogre Battle. Pretty good. Obviously way meatier than almost anything else on the N64, yeah. Much as this is an intriguing section of the magazine, I want to see Seiken Densetsu 3. I'll have to wait for the VOD. I got you, Deep Thought. Well, until next time, friendo, have a good one. Ogre Battle 64, Person of Lordly Caliber, I think was the subtitle. Alright, and then they got a little inset here for the Squaresoft calendar, because they know. They know what the people reading this section actually want. Squaresoft plans to release 3 major adventure or RPG games beginning this summer, enough to keep even die-hard adventurers happy. Here are the approximate release dates for Square's hot lineup of new adventure games for 1995. Secret of Evermore in June, which seems rather ambitious since they reported in this very issue that Secret of Evermore was only about 30% done in January. Chrono Trigger in July. I have no idea if that's accurate or not. And Secret of Mana 2 in October, which never happened. Explains a lot about Evermore, yeah. Evermore had a famously troubled development, and it transformed a lot from concept to market. I think it's one of those games where fans will always wonder what could have been with it. Because the original concept for Secret of Evermore just sounds insane. Fix it on the back end with a day one patch. Alright, we have requests, chat. We have requests and we're going to play them. Get with it. I know we're like 7 years out from it, but GBA era is gonna be fucking awesome. I'm looking forward to that too. Because despite owning a GBA, I didn't play a whole lot of games on it, frankly. I had my games, I had the games that I loved, and didn't really know much more about the wider world. It was very eye-opening when we did those GBA request nights. I think it's... where'd I put it? Ah, here we go. Okay, I got it. I got it. I knew I had it here somewhere, because obviously we've done this before, but, yeah. Hey, kids, get your dad's soldering iron, pass the circuit board onto the other circuit board. Most looking forward to the Metroid games, a lot of Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings games aren't that fucking awesome. I will actually probably do Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission out of order. I will probably do them before we actually get to them in the magazine, just because they're good and I like them. Like, I've already done all the GBA Castlevanias. Legacy of Goku 3. Fusion is your first Metroid, and I adore it. Fusion is really, really good. I really, really like it. It's been a long time since I last played it, so. At the time, I thought it was the best Metroid. I thought it was better than 1, 2, and 3. So, we might actually have to play it sometime soon, so I can reevaluate. Legacy of Goku 3 is actually a decent RPG punchy thing. Mana is always disappearing from the world, chat. The mana tree is always withering. They need better gardeners or something. This is a very pretty intro, though. Legacy of Goku 1 sucks ass, 2 is pretty good, and they got it really right in 3. You say the mana tree if someone would learn that dang secret already. Now that's a familiar tune. I know that one. Squaresoft really kind of mastered the art of SNES games by the end of the SNES's lifespan, didn't they? Like, this is extremely well done. It reminds me of what they were doing with the end of Final Fantasy VI, but obviously more confident, more proficient with it here. What are these balls again? I don't know. Mana? Everything is mana. Alright, we're gonna do a new game. Okay, who did we play as this last time? I think it was this guy? Right? You chose Kevin? Would that this guy? Yeah, him? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do somebody different this time. I want to try this person. I don't know who the hell this is. Altena. Cool. Wait, there's a name on the left, Angela, then Magician, and then I don't know what Altena is. That's fine, I'm good with this. Press A to select your companions. Okay. This is Charlotte the Oh, maybe that's where they're from. Because I know Wendell is a location in the Seiken Densetsu games. Reese? An Amazon from Laurent, not a Laurent from Amazon. Alright. Sounds like we're on an airliner. In the kingdom of Altena, the true queen's magic kept the freezing temperatures of the surrounding snowy lands at bay. I think I know where this is going. I think the writing's on the wall with this one. As the man of the world grew weaker, so did her power. Bit by bit, the ice and cold began to encroach on the castle. Who could have seen that coming? Should have invested in better heaters. Crimson Wizard. Citizens, we all feel the magic draining from the land as mana weakens. For our mighty kingdom of Altena, this is of grave concern. Beat the world, blue potions. We shall not sit idly while our country crumbles. No! We must open the forbidden portal of the Sanctuary of Mana and obtain the Sword of Mana. Maybe we should go back to that forbidden part. That seems important. Finally, a problem to be solved by global warming. Be still! Legend says the portal to the Sanctuary of Mana only appears after activating the mana stones throughout the world. Must be the new tariffs on mana. Obviously, no country would willingly give up a precious mana stone, so we expect a certain amount of resistance. We shall muster our strength and take the mana stones by force. Our true queen will obtain the Sword of Mana to rule her magic empire. Are we the baddies, chat? Getting a bit of an Emperor Gestalt vibe from this guy. The Dark Queen hot? I mean, what? Long live the true queen! Glory to Altena! I think that's supposed to be applause, but it definitely doesn't sound like it. We have the pointiest shoes in existence. Oh, come on, Jose! Hush, no need to shout, your highness. Honestly, you know I used to be the sharpest of the great magic users in the Altenish court. Hang on, I do not need another trip down your winding memory lane. Just teach me the rest of yesterday's lesson. I've told you, you cannot use magic simply by learning the steps. Your magic is not manifested because you rely on form instead of spirit. Oh, please, not another lecture. Fine, I just won't ask for lessons anymore then. Take that. This child. This fucking child. Alright. This is us. We're here. We exist. I think I just opened I opened the menu. That's right. I have no fucking clue how the menu works. Ask myself over the baddies every other day now. Oh, unfortunately in real life, it's kind of a foregone conclusion. Look, there's Victor. Hey, Victor, hey. Morning, your highness. Have you finished your magic lessons already? You know Jose complains to me whenever you skip lessons, right? Please consider my plight next time, your highness. Angela, princess and heir to the throne of Altena. Angela grew up fatherless in the shadow of her mother's royal duties. Her childhood was extremely lonely. Instead of affection, she received scoldings. She knew the queen had important responsibilities that kept the two from playing, but that didn't stop her frustrated tears. Aww. What duty? She sits on a fucking chair. Look, that chair ain't gonna sit on its fucking self, alright? Starved for attention, the princess grew into a rebellious youth. She often acted out playing pranks on members of the court. Though Angela grew as beautiful as her mother, she remained woefully unable to wield the magic power of her bloodline. Pit-pat, 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 pit-pat. What up? This is the boiler room, Castle Altena. Her Majesty keeps these flames lit with her magic, though the fire looks smaller as of late. I mean, it's a... The flame is flickering weakly. Have you tried wood? I don't know. Have you tried burning anything else? Highness, Victor was searching for you. The music really makes this feel like a mana game. Like the soundscape for the music sounds very closely aligned with Secret of Mana. And I appreciate that greatly. I do remember from playing this before, the format is rather different. But the graphics are definitely there, and the music is as well. Achoo, it's got much colder lately. Don't remind me. Apologies, Your Highness. The True Queen's meeting is not over yet. I cannot let you in. Please wait. Prefer Secret soundtrack, but Trials is some really good stuff, too. Stupid running animations, very mana. Okay. Yeah, characters in mana games run like Tom Cruise. They are all in. Maybe get a good one once we're out of town. Your Highness, did you skip Lord Jose's lessons again? You should not be playing around here. Please return to your studies. Okay, but like, no. Does give me an idea for a high magic fantasy world where magic is so abundant no one knows how to do shit in the mundane way anymore. That could be really interesting. Also, good evening, my Firebell. I rarely see you here, Your Highness. May you become as powerful and wonderful a ruler as your mother. What, a campfire? You mean create bonfire? True Queen is the reason we can live so well in this frozen country. Her Majesty likes to take walks in the labyrinth of ice and frostbite fields. I believe that's where our Mana Stone is located. So I think I'm looking for Victor, right? Anybody seen my man, Victor? If I were the True Queen, we're to keep these shut and none are allowed to leave at the moment. Alright, fine, whatever. God, Jesus. Do I need to go back to Jose? I got candy. Been too long, I couldn't tell you what set of arcane flags you have trip to advance. We'll figure it out. I mean, they've done a pretty good job of blocking everything off. So by process of elimination, we'll get there eventually. Offer a prayer, the mana statue in your progress will be saved. There we go. I will note, and this might be the emulation and not the game itself. Oh fuck, he's right here. Oh, I guess we don't need it. Yeah, that's Victor, right? Maybe I do need to go back to Jose, I don't know. There does seem to be, like, loading. Like, it doesn't seem to play as smoothly as Secret of Mana does. But, again, could be emulation. This game runs very poorly in general. Ah, okay. I will point out, if and when we do a full playthrough of this game, I'm gonna play the Steam remaster, which I assume runs better than this. Have you reconsidered taking magic lessons, Your Highness? Nope. Not like I've needed magic so far, am I right? This child. Trials of Mana is very, very good. Probably the correct choice. Okay, good. Glad we're on the same page with that one. You should play your Chrono Trigger Steam copy you bought recently. You should. You absolutely should. Original has its charms, mostly excellent pixel art, but the remake just plays a lot better. Yeah. And y'all know me, I'm generally more inclined to play the original version of things. Like, I think it tends to get a better response on this channel anyway. But not in this particular case. Biggest point of loss, the remake doesn't have multiplayer. But again, that makes no difference to me. So is this guy is this not Victor? Is there another guy that looks like Victor hiding around here somewhere? Learning how to throw fireball. Learning how to throw fireballs or healing life-threatening injuries with my flick of my wrist? Nah, I can't see how that would be useful. That's the gate. Why can't Victor wear a shirt with a V on it? Stand back, the mages are practicing their magic. Magic shield! That's pretty cool. Mental boost. That was cool. It's hard to get supplies nowadays. There are many monsters between Castle Altena and the port town of Ulrent in the east. Crimson Wizard is training the mages harder than ever. I heard some were injured, but I suppose that's one of the dangers of war. I'm not sure if the Crimson Wizard might be as powerful as Her Majesty the Queen now. Oh! I triggered Victor's existence. There you are, Your Highness. The Queen and her advisor have called for you. I'll wait for you in the gardens. Now is not the time to dawdle. Dawdle, he says. So I think all the intros are roughly set up like this, with lots of Force wandering around talking to everyone before you can actually play. Spirit Girl gets to fight one bird before getting locked in a castle at least. What the hell? This urgent, Her Majesty is preparing her troops to invade Valsenna across the sea. You must go to her, Your Highness. Alright, get the fuck out of my way, man. Your Majesty, I believe you sent for me. I shall explain. As you know, we must control the Mana Stones to gain access to the Sanctuary. That is the reason for our invasion. Legend says if we activate the energy of the Mana Stones in the world, the portal will open. We shall begin with the Altenish Mana Stone. How will you do that? We will use forbidden magic, outlawed because it takes the life of the enchanter. However, my associate and I are too important for this sacrifice. If we use your body as a vessel for the magic, your death would be the catalyst to release the Mana Stone energy. But Mother! You've been a useless blight on my lineage for too long. Sacrificing yourself for this spell is the most fitting end for my heir. Now come, my child. No! No! She's gone. I thought she was gonna ultimate him or something. Where? I'm outside the castle. Why would my mother... I can't return, but I have no idea what to do now. Turned him into bones. I think old Crimwiz is the real evil. We don't know enough about the queen to know if, like, if she's really that evil or if she's being manipulated. Also, I like their Christmas lights in the trees. Some gnarly, some gamey death animations. Gnarly. They are, aren't they? I like that about Secret of Mana. Sometimes the enemies would just like collapse into a pile of bones. When your buttons is a super when the green bar by your portrait is full. Okay. I'll try mashing some buttons. No, that's candy. Uh-oh. Okay, I can't seem to find it. Oh, there it is. All right. This game definitely controls a bit clunkier than Secret of Mana did. Combat system seems better, less pace breaking stoppage to it. Yeah, it doesn't feel better. It may work out better over time, but right now it feels clunkier. Wanna go home, please, mother, please. Splat. No, rip Angela, I guess. Where am I? Oh, good, you're awake. My daughter found you in the snowfields. We brought you back to Alrund. Please rest until you feel well. Cheery, look, our guest woke up. Can we play? Can we? No, don't bother, but I'll play with you. Yay! Bad feelings now. Angela's sad. My child is an only child, so I can be a bit overprotective. I know I shouldn't, but I just can't help spoiling her. I miss that you get a spellcast when you kill your... I think my speculation is that Angela triggered some latent magic powers to teleport herself out of the castle. When's dinner? I don't fucking know. Oh, Grandma, she just had her dinner, but she forgot already. How many dinners does one person need? Yes. This here's Alrun, the Snow Hamlet. If you plant a seed in the magic pot, it sprouts immediately. The last ship is leaving our northern port soon. The ice is spraying in the harbor now. Looks like we won't be able to dock any ships for a while. The dancing merchant. I love it. Oh, that's for seeds. People's lives are 99% destiny. The rest of your future is up to you to decide. We call that final 1% hope. Ma'am, I don't know what to do. Please give me guidance. Sometimes people lose all hope and fall into despair. When that happens, go to the holy city, Wendell, and seek advice from the Priest of Light. The Priest of Light? To find your way through the darkness of despair, you need light. Go to Wendell, child. Come on, this fraud told me the same thing. Go to Wendell or whatever. All I asked was whether my next child was going to be a boy or a girl. Eh. Oh, fortune teller, does my true love love me? Go to Wendell and find out. Wendell, huh? I don't know what awaits me there, but it's better than getting caught. I'll go. It can't be worse than here. If I learn how to handle my magic, maybe my mother will welcome me back. I mean, I'm not really sure you need to be accepted by somebody who is planning on human sacrificing you. Heart heavy with the Queen's rejection, Angela left Altena with a price on her head. No one could know the wheels of fate were already turning for Angela. The story had only just begun. All right, good game. It's a little shorter than the other Mana games, but I don't know, I think it's pretty fun. They certainly didn't need to make many enemies for this game. That's a good looking ship, too. We're in a cinematic intro. Definitely was back when Square trying to break into the films. Good old Spirits Within ended that, and almost ended them, too. There are other characters, so there's actually an entirely reasonable enemy count of 6. Jad's Stronghold. Something's not right with town. Watch yourself. Jad belongs to Ferolia. Don't resist and we may spare you. Ferolian forces have taken the town and closed the docks. Now my ship's stuck in the harbor until who knows when. place rest, no charge. Yes, I'm sleepy. I'm sorry, there are times of day in this game? How interesting. I appreciate that she takes off her boots to sleep. Yes, save the game. Okay, so that's what I want. I just wanted to play through her intro to see what it was like. Definitely like that one a lot more than Kevin's, frankly. I didn't have to murder any beloved family pets for that. So yeah, 2 down, 4 to go. The other character you try is all about that. He goes werewolf mode in battle at night. That's cool. That's a cool way to use that mechanic. All right. It's Ogre, chat. It's all Ogre. The prequel to Quest 64. Just Quest. Quest DSV. That was like the longest wait for the title card ever. I do have a game saved in this, don't I? Of course. Of course. Castle of Warren was the tutorial, Sharam was the first level, and then Sharam District. Scene 3, Revolution. Music is the weapon. Alright, let's take... Alright, we can send Busby over here. It's like a stage-based tactical RPG. I don't really like those kind of games. Something like that, yeah. Deploy lands. Wait, what was that? Lands. It'll cost 2,410 goth to deploy this unit. Yeah, we got plenty of goths. My army is full of goths. Liberate the self-ruled city, Vanu. Liberation. No, it's okay. Gilbert, the ruler of Sharam, used to be a very kind man, but when King Gran was assassinated, the Empire came. He somehow changed, as cold as ice. Send Busby down to here. Liberate a Roshnian temple. Yay! Should I check and see how many cards I have? I found an item. I haven't found is a bolt. I got a bolt. Welcome to our temple. You'll probably come across thieves and other villains in your travels. Up for you to decide if you should go along with their schemes, but please remember the eyes of the people of Zenobia are upon you. So yeah, this game has a pretty complicated morality system. that is also very important for how the story plays out. Like, if I remember correctly, you'll actually lose oh, Jesus Christ.
Fight it out.
Fight it out. Like, you'll lose positive alignment if you beat your enemies too hard. Because I guess you'll no longer be seen as like the underdog in the war. I'm not doing anything, by the way. You have no direct control over battles. Unless you like play cards and stuff. Tactics, I can direct them. Like, yeah, right now they'll attack whoever's weakest. I should check and see what tarot cards I have. Yeah, I've got a bunch. And I don't remember what any of them do. Somehow we won that. Hang on. We're gonna pull Bubsy back to this town because he getting his ass beat, and we're gonna liberation. You know, so mind-blowing to you before you knew there were other tactics games out there. Characters will fight in different ways depending on their formation. Be sure to check out how each character fights before choosing position for them. Definitely one of those games you just don't gel with. I've tried. I've definitely made the effort and had a real tough time with it. Lloyd Gibson, send his ass down here. Let's get... Yeah, Hawk. Uh-oh.
Fight it out.
Yeah, you got a big brain. This one's a very complicated one. Bubsy has died. Bubsy has passed on to a better place. Debatable, really. But tactical RPGs did Nintendo kids even have before they finally get us Fire Emblem, just the crunchy-ass Koei stuff? Yeah, I guess so. Romance of the Three Kingdoms and stuff. Game Ogre. Let's give that one more try, shall we? Okay. I think I see a problem here. Here. Because I was trying to take this place, which is right by the boss stronghold. There's a couple other places we can go. I also see some secret locations.
I have played this game enough to recognize secret locations. Like, this hole in the woods right there, that's a secret location. This spot right here is a secret location. Alright, let's get some other teams out here. We'll put Lands out. He can back up Bubzo. Then we'll deploy some cheap units. I need somebody who's good. Mountain, plains. I might not have anybody good for water. Yeah, everybody's like plains. We'll deploy Hawk here. And then one more. Gibson is a mountain unit, so... Oops. And then we'll send a cheap unit. We're gonna send a cheap unit across the ocean to capture some of those locations. Alright. Everybody spread out. We got work to do. Liberated Vanu. If you play close combat on the PC a bit, it's probably close to something like this you've actually... Oops. I pulled a card. Okay, good. I pulled a good card. Liberation. Oh, this time I got a relic sword. Neat. Okay, I think we can send Hawk down to take this city. Lands is finished moving. Alright, I want to move you guys across the ocean here. Good luck with that. Okay, here they come. Is there a wider view? This is too... Yes, there is. But also, there's unseen fog of war here. The walled city Sage Bard. So you can't actually see all the enemy units on the map. You can only see the ones within visual range of your units. Some characters will fight in different ways depending on their formation. Alright, let's see if we can get you... Let's see what this place is. Because this is definitely something. Bubsy's unit has met with the enemy! That frontline guy is so dead. Okay, hang on. Alright, we're gonna move Bubsy back. Actually, I think we're gonna move Bubsy back to town, because I think that's where this asshole is going. Lance has met with the enemy. Ow. They sure are spreading the damage around. We win! Technically. Alright, we met with the enemy. Griffons. Hang on. We're gonna use a card. Let's see what Chariot does. I don't remember what any of these cards do. That was fucking cool. Might actually be able to take these guys out. Potentially. Oh, if you don't miss, you idiots. Whippo. Get that last guy. Get him. Yes! Total annihilation. I think wiping out a unit is a bad karma thing. I think it depends on... I think it, like, depends on your odds. Like, I think if you totally overpower them, then yeah, it's bad. But if it's a more even fight, you might be... I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert on this game. Is RoboCop rules, you gotta shoot him in the dick. That acid spell was brutal. I think we're all gonna die. Can you heal your units? You can add people to an army who are capable of healing. So, yes. I think they'll also heal if you station them in a town. Mage, bring their child to war. I think there's some kind of, like, doll mage or something. Found a bell in the enemy unit. I got a bell. Alright. Lands needs to pull back. We'll get my mountaineers up here to fight those guys. Gibson's unit has been attacked by a neutral character. I've never seen this before. Oh, just like a wild griffin. Okay. Ow. Alright, continue advancing your guy up top. He's still going. Like, I ordered him over to the other landmass. It just takes that long for non-water units to cross water. Yeah, see, he's still going.
Fight it out.
One damage, seriously? That last damage that gets you. The character, is it just me or do the character designs Or the character designs are a little reminiscent of Final Fantasy Tactics. Hang on, how are we doing? All right, these guys are still making their way downtown. Yeah, these guys are stationed at their little castle there. How's... Gibson's met with the enemy. Don't see it a bit. It might mainly be the ninjas. Let's see, what else might these do? Let's see what Hanged Man does. Defense down, okay. Might be useful. They don't ace us. I'm saying ninja, it was the last fight. You missed him in the last fight. That sucked. Alright. How you doing? Not great. The joke was you can't see ninjas? Ah, okay.
Fight it out.
That's not gonna go real well. There's a healing card. It might be Empress? Yeah. Empress. Full heal, too. Damn. Akihiko Yoshida was the character designer for both this and Final Fantasy Tactics. Well, there you go. The stuns are bad. Okay, so if you lose somebody, if you lose somebody out of a unit, they are gone. Actually, you know what? You're still pretty fresh. You might be able to handle this.
Fight it out.
Yeah, kill that mage. Oh, you almost got her. No, don't hit that person. Nice. No, not nice. They stunned over half my squad. That sucks. Well, at least her ass is dead. Yeah, without the archers, they don't have the damage.
Fight it out.
Yeah, Ogre Battle is a lot of this. Like, battles tend to be struggles of attrition in this. I'm sure with more like competent recruiting and army formations, you can handle this much more deftly than I do. But at least early going, when you don't have a whole lot of options, this is kind of how it's going to be, back and forth, slowly pushing enemy units back until you can reach their capital. Like when the game is never like talk it over or hug it out.
Fight it out.
Oh, those are angels, aren't they? Let's try some moon. I don't know what this does. Oh, that's actually pretty good for us. Because we're gonna beat the shit out of that priest. And he's their lead. I like the dead unit retreating like a Pac-Man ghost. Yeah! Get fucked. Yeah, I'd say we're the winners there. They ain't got a leader no more. I found buried treasure. I knew it. Find out. We fucked around and we found out, chat. I found a pirate. I got a pirate. Alright, y'all. Okay, this is gonna be something too. Okay, let's see. These guys up here finally finished moving. That's Nielsen. So we can get to this Roshnian temple now. Let's see. Bubsy's gonna be fresher than the rest of these guys. Which is a phrase you probably didn't realize you were gonna hear today. Oxygen's been attacked by a neutral character. Oh no. Perish the thought. Say it ain't so. Boy, that Gale attack sucks. That's brutal. Also, I noticed we're kind of doing ass damage to this guy. This unit might be underleveled. Yeah, I'd say he won. Not that it matters.
Fight it out.
Fight it out. Oh, these guys are fresh. Thunder attack was potent, though. Ah, but they have it too! Misses in this game are kind of brutal. You really need your guys doing damage. They want a rematch. Alright, I'm gonna chariot them. Get some of these guys just out of the way. That's a great animation, too. I love that. Oof. Brutal. As a fight house of liberation, I'm very EP and go bad. Sounds good, QT Goat. Sounds good. Alright, this guy. Yeah. Oh man, everybody's in rough shape. Alright, I'm gonna see if Bubsy can take this one out. If we can capture that castle, we'll be in good shape. I want to get this one too. There might be some dudes over there. Oh, I see other people moving up.
Fight it out.
Can we take the city? with the power of a card, we can. The sun! Whoa. That's a card. Oh, huh. How interesting. The sun does massive damage to everyone. That's not what I was hoping to see. I mean, we survived, but at what cost? Alright, liberate the city and then park your ass there.
Liberation.
Liberation! Found white. Should have mooned him. While we're at a temple, I think you may have noticed, but it costs 3 times the deployment cost of a character to revive him. For some characters, it may be cheaper just to recruit a new character. Life is precious, but you have to watch your pocketbook. Oh, as the man of the gods, I can't believe I just said that. That's hilarious. Alright, let's get him over here. And then... yeah, okay. Pull him out.
Liberation.
I liberated the trade city of Linguini or something. How could a wonderful warrior like Gilbert sell out to the Empire? It seems there's a warrior called the Wind Rider in the army led by Gilbert. His name is Canopus. I wonder if he would know something about what happened. Yeah, Bubsy has finished moving for a while now. I found the self-rule city of Lenikin.
Find out.
And I've liberated it!
Liberation.
As if it really needed liberation. Gilbert seems worried as to whether the rebels are really strong enough to defeat the Empire. I'm sure he's watching you closely. He hasn't really become a pawn of the Empire. He's just afraid that the people of Sharon will be hurt if he helps you. Put yourself in his position and try to help him if you can. Alright.
Fight it out.
Bubsy has met with the enemy. Ooh, Bubsy's still in real bad shape. Ninjas! Tower. Good things come when you play tower cards. That did a lot of damage. But I'm not sure it was enough. Ooh, that thunder was good. Oh, God. We have executed a ninja. Uh-oh. We got their leader. Woo! Surprisingly, the worst card you could draw on the tarot did no harm to you. It's actually quite beneficial. It actually helped us out quite a bit. How many people can you cram into one city, I wonder?
Fight it out.
Oh, that's bad. Quickly, card. The world! Zawurdo. Magic shield is definitely not what I needed for this fight. Thumb. I like the caveman angels. It's an interesting concept, isn't it? Somehow we won that. So I think what you're supposed to do in situations like this. You can buy items. Ah. Let's see. Okay, I can't recruit from here, but I think I might be able to, like, exchange people. Turn 2 weakened units into 1 stronger one or something. Oh, I think we may be screwed here. Well, I feel like a fool. What just happened? Huh. Okay. I think I just kind of, like, removed them from the battle. Okay. I'm gonna end this here. He liberated the walled city, Bawal. By God, it's Bawal. But yeah, I think I've gotten this one into a bit of a stalemate because I let too many of my own units die. I think if we're gonna do a serious playthrough of Ogre Battle, I would want to read up on the tactics beforehand and build some better units. I think. Lucky. Us Canopus, so that group of barbarians, the rebel forces, huh? Just what do you think you're fighting for? Honor? No. For freedom, then? Yes. Just what is freedom to you? A classless society? Can you be so idealistic as to believe in a society where everyone is equal? People live only because they want to be happier than other people, to be better off than other people. Classes are vital. People cannot be happy or hope for a better future without classes. Anyway, I've given up fighting. Whether the continent is ruled by the Empire or the rebels, no concern of mine. So, there are dialogue options when you meet new characters, and you can convince people to join you. It's also dependent on a lot of other factors. It may depend on finding certain items. It may depend on your current alignment, whether you're leaning more good or evil. And it may just be contingent on other things you've done up to that point, so. It's a very deep game. It's a very deep, very interesting game that I wish I've had in the past. I wish I had the patience to, like, work my way through a significant amount of, but obviously I haven't. So maybe someday, maybe we'll work through it on the channel sometime, but it would be an undertaking. Basically, if you're enjoying Crusade mode in Wrath of the Righteous, you might be inclined to watch Ogre Battle, I think. But yeah. Anyway, chat, I've done that. Oops. Done that, and I've done that. All right, excuse me while I switch this back to the conventional format, which is this. And turn the page. There we go. What an insult on Ogre Battle. I think I'm not trying to be mean here, but I feel like of all the things I've streamed on the channel, especially recently, that's probably the closest analog. I mean, obviously it isn't, because Crusade mode has, like, turn-based combat and stuff, but, you know. But let's not worry ourselves about that now. Let's talk about King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. The cartoon fantasy is coming to life in a sweeping adventure game from Enix. Very lucky there was no password to take you directly to the end of this game. Really? Why is that? I don't think Ogre Battle will work as good as a stream game for longer stretches, honestly. I could see that too, yeah. I could see that too. I think maybe if I was really good at it, and I could, you know, if I could get the battles with a degree of certainty and kind of keep the dialogues and the revelations going, because I know it has a really interesting story. But I think me streaming it would be... like, it would take one night to get through a lot of those levels, and it would take a bunch of retries and stuff, and I think that would just get really frustrating. Alright, our first Epic Center developer focus zooms in on King Arthur and the Knights of Justice from Enix. Manley and Associates is breaking ground on this game as the first American developer of a major adventure for Enix. That's pretty momentous, actually. The first American developer working for the Dragon Quest people. Try this game out with the ultimate password. What is this? I guess so. I don't know. I don't really see much appeal in jumping right to the end of a game that we barely know anything about, but if you want. Almost 2 years in the making, Knights of Justice closing on the final version at last. 2 years in the making, wow. A game of this size, 20 megabits in complexity, 8 regions bound to run into... I remember this now. I remember this now. It was kind of like... we have Zelda at home, right? Like, you would pick your character and, like, a partner or two. And then you would travel... Like, you'd travel to different... Yeah, you'd, like, explore different regions and look for items to, like, get you into other ones. This is an $80 big AAA attempt? I mean, probably. We'll have a better idea when we get to it in the now playing. But yeah. I mean, I assume if they were working on this for like over 2 years, they were gonna try and recoup those costs somehow. I can't imagine they did, but they would have tried. Enix and Manley have stayed the course. The result is an adventure ripe with real-time battles, piles of puzzles, large regions to explore, and a story of truly epic scope. Although based on the Knights of Justice cartoon, the game includes many elements from Arthurian legends. Okay, so the story begins with Morgana imprisoning King Arthur and his knights in the Cave of Glass. And then, a teenage football team from our time gets displaced and has to collect 12 keys to free them. Gameplay is based on the idea of quests. Arthur and 2 of the 12 knights head out with a basic quest that has been given by Merlin. The range of battles you soon learn includes forest baddies like bees and wandering black knights right up to dragons, Morgana's warlords. Okay, this is interesting. What were some of the biggest problems the Knights team ran into? Con Lee, executive producer of the game, notes the game was originally a 16 megabit pack. Midway through development, they realized how much more stuff they wanted to include. The result was another 4 megs of memory, more puzzles, more art, more enemies, and even more story. Let's see. Phil Holt, the game designer, felt the hardest part was coming up with new puzzles for each of the regions. They had to be fun and challenging, but not repetitive. Did a lot of research. Think making a game is easy, just ask these guys. And all they designed 8 map regions, 26 different types of enemies, 8 bosses, 10 castles, 24 individual weapons, 2 village areas, musical scores, and sound effects for different locations and characters, animation for every character and enemy, cinema scenes to begin the game, and screen text for following the story and learning valuable information. That is a really long-ass sentence. When asked what other games influenced their design, the answer is unanimous. Zelda. We also asked the design team what they liked most about their game. Both Phil and Sam thought the dragon battles were some of the most exciting moments. The final battle with Morgana's dragon got both their votes. Okay, cool. Football teaches you all about leadership, bravery, and court politics. Alright. Boy, I can barely type right now. This is the American adaptation of Fate Night. No, sir, I don't believe it is. Okay. Excuse me. Actually, do we have... Actually, it might not... This might not be battery backed up. It may be password based. Yeah, it's start and password. Well, let's start a new game. I don't remember exactly how it goes. That's a nice castle. Arthur King, your quest is urgent. Morgana's imprisoned the true King Arthur and his knights in the Cave of Glass using the Spell of Spells. The only way to break the spell is collecting the 12 keys of truth. Their magic can break Morgana's spell. Morgana and warlords have stolen most of the keys. Each has your own key. No one must touch your key but you, else the key would... No one must touch your key but you, else the key will dissolve, leaving you stranded here forever. It would hurt if you tried to punch a rag glass. Not even the warlords can touch the keys. It's very important. You must recover your own key. I cannot return your own time. Okay. Yes, I understand. Your first quest is to recover the sword Excalibur. Located in the center of the lake, northwest of this castle. First key of truth is located in Tintagel Castle. You must figure out which knight this key belongs to. Okay. You must select 2 knights to join you. Okay, so you gotta go to the round table room for that. That looked pretty cool. Here we go. Alright, we are Arthur. Yep, Sir Arthur. We got Breeze, Lug, Trunk, Darren, Brick, Lancelot, Phil, Tone, Wally, Zeke, and Gallop. Okay, who looks the most insane? I think Gallop and Wally. Can I leave now? Is that permissible? Intensely anime designs. So one of my knights wandered off, and the other one he wasn't doing anything. Now he is. All right, it said the lake was northwest of the castle. I'll just follow the road. The nature of the situation has stricken them in a state of stupor and panic. So I can't help but notice this game has a stamina system that is not very generous at all. Like, you really gotta wait a while for that stamina to come back. It looks like maybe you can one-shot dudes if you let it charge all the way up. Arthur, I'm the Lady of the Lake, keeper of the sword Excalibur. Like the true King Arthur, you must prove your worth before wielding the mighty. Oh, come on. My name's Arthur King, for Christ's sake. High atop Shield Heights rest a young dragon. Since the capture of King Arthur, this creature has terrified the land and all who inhabit it. We must destroy this dragon and bring me the Pendragon Shield as proof. Stay on the eastern path until you reach the crossroads. Head north to reach the summit of Shield Heights. Okay. Between this and that Saban American Tokusatsu, they really wanted to make teams of knights a thing in the West. They did, didn't they? This wall of fire is too dangerous to try and cross. I can see the summit of Shield Heights beyond these flames. If we're going to Camelot, maybe Merlin can help. Okay, well, I almost died walking into flames. No idea how that happened. Oh god, bees! I think this might have been about as far as I got when we played them before. I hit that guy and it's like he forgot to die. Discovering fire through direct observation. What up, Merle? The wall of flames you speak of, Arthur, is no doubt the work of Morgana. I can create a spell to counter the effects of fireball and need 4 items from the forest. Oh, I remember this. 1 eye of nude, monk shoed, a hairball, and nightshade. Return these items to me and I'll create a spell for it. Yeah, we went exploring and found like 2 of them or something. Alright. I think we get the idea. Frankly. I think it could be fun. Yeah, at least it's not young Merlin. I think it could be fun if you get into it, but I mean, the fact is we just have better adventure games than this. Honestly. It just never really felt to me like the kind of game that was worth spending a bunch of time on to unravel. Like, I'd be much more inclined to go back to, like, Willow on the NES or something. Alright, chat, here's the deal. The next page is Earthbound. And I am tired as hell. So, if y'all are amenable, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end early tonight and go to bed because I need sleep, and I don't have the energy to take a go at Earthbound right now. So, let's call it here for the night. Let's get some good rest. Let's have a nice Sunday. This is an outrage. And then when we come back on Thursday, we'll be here. And if y'all want to if y'all want to see some Earthbound, we can. And if you don't, that's fine too. That's fine too. Like I said, I'm not planning on even humoring a full playthrough of this until it gets its full feature in the magazine, which is still a couple months of Nintendo Power Time away. Oh, is it the first night of Passover? So yeah, chat. Tomorrow night is nothing. Tomorrow night is nothing because I don't stream on Sundays. Especially not this one because I'll be too tired. Monday, we are back with Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and it is a democratic playthrough. I am going to play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous until you vote it out. If you don't vote it out, I will beat this game on stream. I swear to God, I will do it. And then who knows what. Interested in translating Gygas's geek here? Yeah. That is odd, isn't it? That might have been an early concept that they walked back. Rental place I used to work at and was regular at had the big box version of this with a guide. That's really cool. So yeah, next week, more Pathfinder Wrath the Righteous. We may very well be doing that Tuesday and Wednesday as well, depending on how the votes go. We'll be right back here on Thursday. For those of you interested in seeing Earthbound, you'll have your chance to request it then. And the Power Hours will continue next Saturday as well. And then next Friday, I don't know. I'm starting to lean away from planning things out for Fridays, except I know I have to if we do some kind of like request wheel or something. So anyway, I'm about to collapse. I'm gonna find somebody to raid. I am on the way out. How about we hit up Kiwi tonight? They are doing Repo, which seems to be a nice, fun time. What are you streaming tomorrow? Nothing. I'm sleeping tomorrow. I'm getting some much-needed rest. All right, anyway, chat. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for our first look at the Epic Center in Nintendo Power. Sorry I didn't have the energy to really stick with it tonight, but it's just one of those days. We all have days like that, so hopefully I will see you all next week for Wrath of the Righteous and more Power Hours and all that stuff that we're doing. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.